from Arkansas's breaking news leader. Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
People take over Little Rock's River Market tonight as the entertainment district officially kicks off. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Fox 16 News. I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell. The district now allowing people with an approved cup and wristband to openly drink alcoholic beverages up and down a portion of Clinton Avenue.
Fox 16's Mitch McCoy live downtown tonight with a look at all the action that's happening. How's it going so far, Mitch?
Well, Kevin and Donna, good evening to you both. The River Market is packed with people and traffic, of course, moving along the way. You have an approved cup and, of course, the wristband. You can openly carry alcoholic beverages in the River Market district between Cumberland and the Interstate 30 overpass. And you can down a ways where Flying Saucer is. We've been seeing some people mingling. I would say earlier tonight we saw more people outside. Looks like more people are inside the bars now, but this nonetheless is a new day for the River Market. Goes to my head. As music bounces off buildings in Little Rock's River Market Entertainment District, windows open, sidewalks are filled, and cups are full.
It's just something different.
Come here from after work.
This is the first night people 21 and over can walk President Clinton Avenue with an alcoholic drink in hand.
Being able to come outside and having that freedom is, I don't know, it's interesting and fun.
Tonight it seems like everybody's kind of giving each other a nod of approval.
Emily Reed is from Mountain Home, the state's first entertainment district. She's in the capital city for a concert.
There is entertainment happening, there's culture happening, there are people coming together, freeing up their spirits, being able to enjoy art or music.
Little Rock police also enforced tonight on foot, in towers, and by horse. Yasmin Brown says things like this put Little Rock on the map.
I just think overall it just brings our city together to make people see that, you know, Little Rock does have a lot of things to offer.
As the night kicks off, most people are happy the entertainment district is finally here.
It can be like some of the larger cities. I've been London and Paris and cities like that.
And we are starting to see a lot of people, getting dropped off in Ubers and, of course, drinking responsibly. This goes until midnight. It starts back up tomorrow, if you have the stomach for it, at 8 a.m. and it will run until midnight on Saturday or into Sunday. We are told that President Clinton Avenue could close at some point tonight. It just depends on how the vibe goes, if you want to call it that. If people continue to migrate to the River Market and Little Rock police think that it's time for President Clinton to close, they certainly will. I'm told by police officials that they are playing it all by ear. They want to see this be successful, and they're making sure that people are safe. We're in the River Market tonight. Mitch McCoy, Fox 16 News.
You know, you mentioned that buzzword, vibe, and I know you've been down to the River Market before. You've been to that part of the city. Does it feel different to you tonight?
You know, it does feel a little bit different. We heard somebody earlier tonight say that they felt like they were getting the nod of approval. Donna, let me show you. You have people that are coming out, being a part of this entertainment district. You have people doing what they love to do. They're selling jewelry. You're live on Fox 16 right now. You have people dancing. You have this vibe in the River Market, bringing people out, bringing people into local businesses, and ultimately celebrating the downtown nightlife.
You know, and I think that's what's nice to see, that, you know, people are able to sell jewelry and, you know, and make money, profit off of this, you know, and not just focus so much on the alcohol.
Yeah, and Mitch, when we check back in with you later in the newscast, we'll make sure you bust out a move. Get in there with that dance action.
Yeah, that popping thing.
All right, you guys have to teach me something.
Plenty of time, Mitch. Plenty of time.
Thank you, Mitchell.
Looks like everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, it does.
As for Fayetteville, the city council is still working out the kinks on what the entertainment district there might look like. One proposal would allow people to have alcohol throughout the district, but only under certain circumstances. And alcohol would still be restricted to closed streets during special events and sidewalk cafes. The city council is scheduled to take up the issue again on September 3rd.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin.
Well, certainly not quite as hot out there today with some clouds around and a few showers, especially early in the day across much of the state. Now, as we take a look at those highs, not as hot as it has been across parts of north and northwest Arkansas, actually staying in the 70s for highs, 75 in Harrison, 77 in Mountain Home, mid to upper 80s for central Arkansas. And it was really humid out there, so it didn't really feel cool, but it's not as hot as it has been. And across south Arkansas, well, no relief at all from the heat around Camden and Monticello with those high temperatures up into the mid 90s. And tonight, still pretty warm and muggy out there. Temperatures for the most part around 80 degrees, except a few degrees cooler north. Radar and satellite showing a few showers and thunderstorms beginning to perk back up across parts of the state. North central Arkansas from Clinton over towards Marshall, Mount Pleasant, a couple of showers around, and also notice some showers and thunderstorms starting to pick up across parts of southwest and south central Arkansas. Now moving out of parts of Dallas County, Clark County, around Arkadelphia, you're getting some showers and a few spotty showers trying to develop around the Pine Bluff area as well. This activity is going to expand and push northward over the next couple of hours, so increasing rain chances tonight across central Arkansas with some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. And as we go into the morning, still a few showers. Tomorrow, it's not going to rain all day. Most of the day is actually going to be dry, but there are going to be a couple of opportunities for some showers around early in the day, and then as we get some daytime heating, likely a few isolated showers redeveloping as we go into the afternoon, into the early evening hours. So hour by hour forecast showing some showers in the morning, low rain chances from the late morning into about, say, early afternoon, and then rain chances picking back up again later in the afternoon towards the evening hours, with the clouds keeping those high temperatures down a bit, mainly in the 80s. Coming up in just a few minutes, there's a sign of a real cold front in your 7-day forecast. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
New details pouring in today in a homicide investigation, this out of Pulaski County. The victim has been identified as 18-year-old Stephen McClendon of Little Rock. Thursday evening, authorities were checking in on a shots-fired call at a home on Wilkerson Drive, which runs off of Colonel Glenn Road. And that's when they found McClendon's body. Officials confirmed the teen was shot. No suspect information has been released, but police do tell us they are following several leads.
In Grant County, officials are working a suspicious death investigation. The Grant County chief deputy there says they received a call about a possible death just before 7 o'clock this morning. The sheriff's office says they found 37-year-old Keith Bailey's body beside a camper trailer. Investigators do believe foul play was involved. If you can help in the investigation, be sure to give the Grant County Sheriff's Office a call.
And in Jefferson County, authorities investigating after human remains were discovered in a wooded area earlier today. Officials say the remains were found near West 4th Avenue and South Short Juniper in Pine Bluff. The remains have been sent to the state crime lab for a positive identification and cause of death. We will be sure to keep you updated as soon as we learn more on this.
Crime alert tonight as Lono County officials say a man was hit by a car and left for dead on Mount Tabor Road. Johnny Chambers is an avid walker, sometimes pounding the pavement for up to 20 miles a day. But early Sunday evening, he says he was walking home against the traffic when a car veered into the other lane and hit him from behind.
It was like two hits. It was like pop, boom. I knew if I didn't get off that pavement then, I wasn't going to get up off that pavement.
Chambers broke bones in his wrists, feet, ribs, even eye sockets. The dark blue car left behind a side mirror. Chambers is hoping it can lead authorities to identify the type of car it belongs to and ultimately the person who hit him.
Well, today, just 4 days after her death, people packed Central Baptist Church in Jonesboro in honor of the life of Wendy Anderson, the wife of Arkansas State head football coach Blake Anderson. Wendy died this week after battling stage 4 breast cancer for more than 2 years. Family and loved ones were surrounded by support from the ASU family, players, staff, and even former coaches sat side by side while the speaker shared stories and memories of Wendy.
Wendy, W-E-N-D-Y. The W, I found out, stands for winner. Sister Wendy was a winner, no matter what. They share with me that even in an argument, they don't know if she ever lost an argument. Even if you pulled out Google, she would say that it doesn't matter. She would look up in the mirror and say, "You didn't brush your teeth, did you?"
The start of the season gifts for coaches' wives shortly before her death. She will be laid to rest in Texas. That's where she's from. In lieu of flowers, the family is asking for donations to St. Jude's Research Hospital. We have more information. If you'd like to help, you can find it on our website, fox16.com.
The Pulaski County Crisis Stabilization Unit receives a big honor. It's the state's first nationally accredited unit. CARF International provides accreditation worldwide for behavioral health programs. The Pulaski County facility has been treating patients for a year now. The 16-bed unit has had a total of 500 admissions since opening last year. It's run through UAMS. This, by the way, is the hospital's first program to be accredited by CARF International.
In tonight's State of the Nation, meat producers have a beef with the vegan industry.
Yeah, they want plant-based meat alternative companies to stop labeling their products with words normally used for meat.
But as Jesse Tenor reports, some vegan companies have cooked up lawsuits to fight back.
What would you call a burger other than a burger? You know, do you call it a veggie puck, a veggie disc?
That's the question at the root of a plant-based company's lawsuit in Mississippi. Upton's Naturals filed suit the day a new state law took effect, prohibiting the advertising of meat alternative products with words like burgers, hot dogs, or bacon.
The First Amendment is about all the ways that we communicate usefully with one another, and that includes commercial advertising.
Paul Sherman with the Institute for Justice is one of the attorneys on the case. He argues that requiring special packaging in states with plant-based labeling laws is just too expensive.
Having to redesign their labels for every different market where they want to sell their product is just ridiculous.
In a statement, the state of Mississippi says the law is just a way to make things clear, saying, quote, consumers who want to buy vegetarian or vegan products need to know without confusion that they are buying food products without meat.
But with products like these Beyond Meat burgers available in grocery stores all across the country, meat producers may have reason to be concerned.
Research shows vegan meat sales jumped about 14% last year, starting to cut a little into the $90 billion meat industry.
It's just not legitimate for the government to censor people's advertising in order to protect incumbent businesses from new competition.
But with multiple states also trying to restrict vegan labels, that's ultimately up to a federal court to decide. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
New at 9, nutrition and longevity. Important themes at the 20th Annual Heart Summit. The two-day event presented by the Arkansas Heart Hospital is taking place at the Embassy Suites in West Little Rock. One of today's many topics focused on educating attendees about the impact of CBD oil and medical marijuana and the impact it's having on the opioid crisis, not just here in Arkansas, but all across the nation.
The studies are out there right now in regards to the opioid practice. It has shown that medical marijuana is decreasing the prescriptions that are being written.
Simmons also said that more than $6 million of medical marijuana has been sold so far this year, and that's with only 8 of the 32 approved dispensaries currently open.
Well, still to come tonight, red skies in the Amazon region as wildfires rage on. What officials are saying about the current conditions and how long the fires have really been blazing. Plus this.
We're doing some preventative and restorative services on some of our students.
And we'll take you to South Arkansas and check in on one school that is offering pearly white checkups right from the school building.
That's nice.
Right? Fox 16 News continues. We'll be back. Please stay with us.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Donna Terrell, Kevin Kelly, sports with Wes Moore, and Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin. This is Fox 16 News at 9.